Have you ever had a lobster stromboli? Well, if not, it's super delicious. And it's one of the things that we used to sell a ton of at the restaurant. And as I started doing these YouTube videos, I also accessed my old Instagram account for the restaurant and started posting some of the videos I've been doing for you guys or some little shorts and things like that. And some of the old clients or customers or however I'm used to clients because I do finance too, but customers at the restaurant reached out and they wanted to see how we do the lobster stromboli. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam Kahn. Um, this is Cooking with Adam Kahn and Lee Zhu. I live in Las Vegas. I've owned two restaurants out here. I owned Rocco's New York Italian Deli and I owned Brooklyn Pizza Company. Did all sorts of things from scratch. I was the owner operator. I worked the kitchen. I did the ordering. I worked every position in the restaurant and learned a ton. The lobster stromboli was something that I created. We used to make a whole bunch of different strombolis, and I love lobster and seafood and stuff. But it's a little bit out of tradition because you don't typically mix fish or seafood and cheese. And stromboli, there's cheese, but it was something we did, and it was a big hit. So it was nice that some of the old customers reached out and said, "Could you show us?" So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to head down to Chinatown. It's one of the few places I know in Vegas where they're going to have live lobster. To be fair, when I used to get it from the distributor, it was much more consistent and really it was delicious. When I've picked them up in Chinatown, they're a little bit hit or miss, but typically they're pretty good, and at least it allows me to show you what we did. Um, Great recipe, pretty simple. The usual. Butter, garlic, white wine. Get the lobster, some cheese, wrap it in a dough, and bake it off in the oven. I'll show you a step by step, and then hopefully we'll get to taste a little. You know, I've really enjoyed chatting with you guys. I hope you like the content in the videos. Do me a favor, subscribe, thumbs up, make some comments. I don't even mind people who don't like things. Like I like to discuss. I love food and I love to teach. So stick around, thumbs up, give a shout out, whatever you want, and let me know what you think of the video. I'll show you every step along the way. Thanks, guys. Well, welcome back. We've cooked off the lobster. I've cooked off the lobster in salt water. 8 minutes because it's only about 1.25 pounds or so. I've got these old-fashioned looking lobster cracker. I don't know how many of you know how to break it apart and whatever else. I actually find these just plain old ones, at least for me, they seem to work the best. I get some of those fancier ones and I don't know, but if you can see from all the way over there, I wanted to get in the video too. All you do is you take it and you twist, and that should come right off the tail right there like that. I want to save all the juice and everything. So, and then to take the tail apart, twist off this one, twist off the next, twist off the other side, twist off one, and this one. You can then crack it, right? Pull it. And you should be able to get the meat right out. See how it's just coming right now? Keep cracking if it doesn't all the way, and watch. We'll get that nice tail out. Now you'll need the crackers. See how we get that whole thing like that? You will need the crackers to do the claws. Look at how nice that looks. I don't know if you guys can see it from there. I'll bring some close-ups too. I'm putting it all in here for now because for what we're going to use most of it and chop it all up. Fortunately, I can break the little legs and kind of either mix them here at home. I can probably just eat them because we're not at the restaurant and I don't have to worry about it the same. But claws, just break them and then break this piece off. Pull the little bit out. And this is what you need this for. You will need it to crack the claw. So hopefully all of this is pretty easy so far. Break it in half. There you go. The juice and everything. And watch, if I'm lucky, not quite. Yeah, look. If I'm lucky, look at that. Got the whole claw, one piece. That's just lucky for the video. I didn't plan that. That's not typical. You want to get the knuckle parts too. That should have some good meat, but we'll do this other claw. And then I'll probably stop the video and just pull it out myself
because this, what I've shown is probably the most interesting or toughest parts. You want to get all of that meat off. And the reason I'm saving the juice is that's got all the lobster flavor in it, right? So we can use that for everything. I'm going to use it what I cook in. I'm going to use it for making butter. I mean, really, I want all that lobster flavor in everything that we do. Crack the bigger claw. Let's see if I get lucky. Usually it doesn't come out as perfectly as that last one. Look at that. This one too. Now, again, I would rather get the lobsters from Cisco and probably US Foods as well. I just know I used to order from Cisco. It's more that I want to say it's like a 15 or 20 pound case, and I didn't need that much for the video. But they really do have fantastic lobster. And what I've gotten in Chinatown, I hate to admit, because some of their other stuff is so wonderful, the lobsters in the past have been hit or miss. Um, Hopefully this one's really good, but the distributors have had fantastic ones. And what I can do is reach out to my friend sometime. Maybe we split them and use it, and then I can make the strombolis from there. All right, so I'm going to turn off the video with my fancy little being able to do it from far away thing. Hopefully my microphone's working well. That was my big gift of myself for you guys because, like I said, this is fun. Um, I have a financial channel too that I've been playing with. My background is that stuff also. So I've been playing around with both of it. So I'm going to take the meat, separate it, the shells. We'll probably cook them off with some of the juice and make our sauces and stuff. And stick around, I'll show you the rest. Don't panic. I know you can't see my beautiful face, but let me show you what I've broken it down to. So tail, claw, a little bit of the knuckle meat next to it, and the other claw. That's all the meat I've pulled out. Then I've got over here, I've got all the shells left, including those little legs will have meat in there too. But we might even cook the shells down and make a broth out of that. But let me show you what I also have, which is the best. There's all the juice and the liquids, We'll use that in our cooking. We can make stocks. We can do all sorts of things with it. So I've broken it apart into those. We're going to chop up the meat for the stromboli we're going to do because that was one of the big requests I've gotten. And I'll show you how we make the dough. Well, I'm not going to show you how we make the dough in this video, but I'm going to use some of the dough and show you how I stretch it out so that we can make a stromboli and then we'll bake it off from there. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it makes it to the stromboli because I'm tempted to just start gobbling it all up right now. And these are all the ingredients we're going to need for cooking the lobster and preparing that before we toss it. We've got butter, garlic, white wine, chicken stock, which I just cooked off so you see it's steaming, the lobster juice, and some parsley. Pretty simple ingredients. Give me a minute. We'll bring it over to the cooktop and we'll get it cooking for you guys. Sorry, I just like looking at all this stuff. Oh, it looks so yummy already and I haven't even made it yet. I hope everybody can see the pan okay, and I should have it going really hot. Let's get the light on and see if that's a little bit better. We're going to start with a nice big piece of butter. Part of that's because lobster, when we're done cooking it, this is going to be part of the dipping sauce too. So we're going to cook it off. We're going to have that to be able to dip our stromboli in. But our usual butter, some garlic, and we'll let that cook for a minute or so the garlic gets into that butter and kind of diffuses across. That'll give it that, garlicky, buttery all the way through. So I really want to get that moved around and spread the garlic out and let that cook a bit. See how it's beginning to brown? That's perfect. That means the pan's nice and warm. So I want about, 2 tablespoons of that wonderful lobster juice too, because I want to get that throughout it. And our usual, maybe about 3 or 4 ounces of white wine. Should be fine, but again, you know how my flames can go sometimes. And same amount of some chicken stock. So maybe 3 or 4 ounces of chicken stock. the lobster because we want to get that flavor in there too. And I'm going to give a little of each, the tail, the legs, the claw, and a little bit of parsley for color. And I'm just going to let that cook for about a minute, not too long. But I want to get all those flavors through. Look at how great that looks. I'm telling you, we want smell-o-vision. Whoever comes up with smell-o-vision, you guys are my friend. So another minute, and then I'm going to strain the lobster out. You can do it any way you want. Scoop it out, whatever you want, and then I'm going to let it cool down. Nice, because at the restaurant, the time frame we had to cook was so quick. I had to use hot, and it kind of starts to cook the dough, and it becomes difficult to work with. Whereas at home, I'll be able to let that cool down so we can work with it properly. So I'm going to turn it off for now. I'm going to strain the lobster out. We're going to put the liquid on the side because, again, that's going to be our dipping sauce for the strombolis. And we're going to use the meat, some cheese. I'll show you how to toss the dough properly, and we'll put it in the oven and bake it off to finish it. So I hope that looks awesome. Well, now that the lobster is cooked, pretty much ready, I picked up some dough. I cheated a little bit and didn't make any. Um, we'll see how it is. I haven't used it before. I picked it up at Winco. It feels a little bit tough to me for what I'm used to, but I've let it proof for about a couple hours. So hopefully it's soft enough. I have a feeling the flour that they use may be a mix. If you forgive me, I'm snob when it comes to pizza dough. If you don't really use a really good high gluten flour to make it, that's what happens. It ends up a little bit tight. But for pizza, that's a big deal. For making stromboli, it's not. You don't need it to quite stretch as far. And then this, I'm going to try to bring over the camera and see if we can get a good view of it. When I was cooking it, this is the liquid I was talking about. That'll be our dipping sauce. I mean, it's awesome. If you like a little bit, I can't. It's not going on the camera great. Maybe I'll come around and do a shot down. If you like a little bit of lemon juice, you can add that too. I'm not a huge lemon fan, so I don't, but not because I don't recommend it. That's just me. But that, it's a buttery, garlicky, white wine sauce. It's delicious. What else could you want for dipping lobster in? So let's see if I can get the dough ready. I won't even. Well, as mentioned, the dough from Winco I'm not that thrilled with, but I'll show you. You still want to pull it out, but I can feel how tight it is. You even see when you pull it, it can pull a hole. Good dough wouldn't do that. Nice high gluten flour will stretch much better, but it'll work for our purposes. My recommendation, if you don't know how to make a dough, but I should have just made one for the video, is go to a pizza shop and they'll sell you a better dough. Just make sure it's a legit pizza shop where they have good pizza, and they should have a good dough for you to be able to use. Now, that being said, if it's a nice big one that you can move out to 16 or 18 inches, then you want to cut it into 4. This one's a little bit smaller. I'll cut it into half, and when I come back, I'll show you how we stuff it and what we do from there. So I've cut the dough in half. I have a piece about this big. Pull out the ends a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on the bottom to create a little space to put my lobster on top. Take my lobster right there. I just want a little bit of the sauce in there too. Not a lot because we can dip it afterwards and it'll get too soggy if there's too much. But really, that is the garlicky, buttery flavor throughout it that's just awesome. And then a nice big thing of cheese on top. Let me move the sauce out of the way and this out of the way. And I'll turn it so you guys can see it. And then you just cover and cover. And then you can pinch it here to make it close. And then I would take pizza knife and to make it look a little bit prettier, I'll round off the edges a bit. Maybe even pinch there. And it creates this little pocket. I'll bring this over so you guys can see it. And then we just bake it
This smells so good. I can't wait to try. It smells garlicky. I love garlic. And the dough, I don't know. Well, the dough even, I gotta make a dough next time. The Rocco's dough balls. You know, a piece of dough. Let me try it. But they smell so good. I'm gonna use my hand. Mmm. The flavor is great. It's really good. But the dough, I know, doesn't look great. But next time, you know, I'm gonna make a recipe from dough ball for the next recipe.
The name is hot. Is it really hot?
Try the sauce. The sauce, well, you can try it by
Oh,
itself
this?
too if you want, but the sauce should be
Can
really
I
good.
just try a little?
Mm-hmm.
The sauce is good. I might try a little with
I told you.
the bread.
Gotta trust your old man.